Hi there, and welcome back to another installment of Understanding Your Business a Little Bit Better, a vodcast by Telkom Business. I am your host, Tay Champagne, and today we're going to be looking at how thinking inside the box could actually be an asset to your business, as well as taking a look at some of the packages and solutions out there that could help your business in its development, especially during unprecedented times like these. I'm joined by Mr. Arnold Naicker, who's going to help us and take us a bit further down that topic. How are you today?
I'm good, and yourself, Taste. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you. Let's dive in, shall we? So it's been quite a turbulent time for many businesses alike with COVID-19, restrictions, all sorts of protocols they've had to follow. What do you think the biggest COVID-19 threat has been on businesses?
So there's been several challenges. We could all see that and we witnessed and bear testament to it. But I think one of the most fundamental challenges for any business, and I don't think any business is immune to it, is money, the shortage thereof. And if I could summarize that up in 4 points, I would first start with shortage of funds. No business is immune to the lack of money. And we'd seen that there were several hindrances, challenges for these businesses, but it all boils down to money and the lack thereof. Any businessman or wise businessman will tell you, you need to save. You need to save for emergencies. You need to save as a contingency plan, but not in the case of COVID-19. It brought about a lot of uncertainty because the duration of lockdowns and the multiple waves that occurred, time wasn't on the small, medium business side due to the fact that their savings probably ran out within 6 months of actually COVID-19 hitting, which left businesses cash strapped. Secondly, you'd look at revenue depletion. So there were some essential services that were allowed to operate, but a lot of businesses that closed their doors and went home. A lot of people were laid off from their jobs. So if you'd look at that revenue depletion, that caused a huge dent in a lot of businesses. Now one could argue that, yeah, there were businesses like grocery stores that actually made money during this time, and that is possibly true for certain food and beverage institutes. But due to the limitation and capacity restrictions, that minimized the amount of revenue that it would actually take post-COVID. Whereas certain businesses that actually have premises had to close up and go home because they were non-essential. And they were not ready to work from home or run their businesses from their residential properties. So these are a couple of the challenges that they went through. In fact, 62% of businesses actually reported a revenue decline over this time.
Sure.
You'd find that businesses, when they did open up again, were unable to communicate effectively with their customers to say, look, we open up for business again and come and shop with us. Because what had happened during this time, a lot of customers had changed their shopping habits. So they went online and they did shopping online, and now they've got gotten used to it, and they now are happy doing it. You'd never believe that 64% of South African citizens, for the very first time, bought groceries online in 2020. So this is an amazing fact, because you'd find that a lot of these businesses were not ready for what was to come. And essentially, what it boils down to is that when you lose customers, it's a whole lot more expensive to get them back. It's cheaper to maintain and keep your customer base, but you'd find that you'd really need to dig in deep now to actually acquire the customer base that you lost. And for those businesses, a small marginal 14% of them that reported a revenue increase actually adopted different business methods to their practices. So they benefited over this time.
And obviously, given that it was a very unprecedented time, what types of security threats do you think that businesses may have been exposed to, particularly SMEs?
You know, you try and sell these small, medium businesses cyber security software so they can take care of their business. And you might find a lot of these businesses feel like, I'm too small. You know, my turnover is not that large. Nobody has their eyes on me. And we've got to be reminded that we are in digital era. So crime is also changing, right? Very much like previously, it used to be a physical threat. Now it's a virtual threat. An interesting fact, about 22% of small businesses reported cyber theft.
Sure.
And 11% of that happened this year, which means that they are not immune to it. Now, you think, okay, they make a fair argument. You know, they are small. Cyber criminals could not get much from them. But what actually happens is that they target businesses that do not invest in cybersecurity. They use these businesses as stepping stones to get to customers of that business. So let's say, for instance, you've got a customer that has a mighty large portfolio, but he spends a little bit with you, but personally he's got a large portfolio. Cyber criminals will track that guy back to your business, get his confidential information, and then attack him. So one of the #1 priorities for any business is their customers. And one of the most valuable things that a business actually can rely on now is data and information. So you should protect your customers' personal information by adopting the necessary tools to do so.
And for those businesses that have faced challenges during COVID-19 due to security threats, due to COVID-19 restrictions, what would you say is their next move that they should make now?
So this is one of those think inside the box moves. Thinking outside the box is cool, all right, but it's also expensive. So before you go and search the market and scour the market and try and buy fancy servers and equipment to protect yourself and to improve your business, you should think inside the box. Firstly, do a financial analysis on your business. Yes, profit and loss is probably one of the first things you look at as opposed to the previous years. But I'm talking over and above that. I'm talking about all the maintenance services that you used to have before that you've cancelled now, all the staff that you had to let go of, all the voice and data usage that you used to use before you don't use now. You might see that as a saving, but in actual fact, you're not spending enough time going out and actually getting customers. The marketing spend that you used to have is no longer existent. That's because you've cut down on your expenses and you've cut down on the wrong expenses. So, which means you need to look inside your business first, do that analysis, check what's going on. You might have had equipment leases that you've cancelled. Now you have no longer access to that equipment. So look inside, get that analysis done, understand what you're lacking in your business. Right? Secondly, look at your business plan. Restructure it. What might have been good before COVID is probably not going to work for you now. So in essence, look at where you are. If you're a brick and mortar business and you've got a physical property, how much are you actually investing in brick and mortar? You know, what are the other things that you could actually do with your business plan to diversify your services? What about looking at digital platforms where you can create an omni-channel presence? So you also have, you know, a little bit of brick and mortar, and then you'll have a digital presence allowing access for your customers that prefer shopping online. It's important, you know, and collaborate. Do not be afraid to collaborate with other businesses as well. So rethink your strategy as a business. Lastly, budget. Search your budget. Go in there, re-look at your budget, what you spend on. Because you might find that you're paying a lot for the space that you have as a shop or an outlet, even as a restaurant, that do not have too many moving feet coming past you anymore.
Yeah.
As you know, you go to the malls now, it's quiet.
Yeah.
So you might need a smaller office space. So diverse from your physical space, invest in digital space. So invest in a digital platform, create a new marketing strategy, look at smart marketing tools, right? Not just any marketing tools, very smart ones, namely like smart SMS. You could attract a lot of businesses via smart SMS. So look at that. Those are cheap, affordable solutions that you could use that do not require big servers on your premises. To roll out, you'd need technicians and so forth. These are all hosted in the cloud. So choose wisely when it comes to your ICT provider. Now, you know this old saying, I think we all grew up on it, where our parents used to tell us, show me your friends and I'll predict your future.
Yes.
Right? Amongst this digital age, we should actually change that terminology. It's show me your ICT provider and I'll predict your future of your business. You've got to partner with the perfect provider that will take care of your business. It's very important. You'd find that providers that actually provide everything from a single product all the way up to a full solution with a whole ambit of products will be a better fit for somebody starting a business, because they want to care for you from infancy, that is a one-man business, all the way to a 200-seater business. So they show a lot of concern for the future. So it's important that we select the right ICT provider that fits directly into your budget.
I think that's very true, and on the moves to make now. How can small and medium enterprises future-proof themselves, if we can say, against COVID restrictions and protocols and the many changes that may come?
If you notice what had happened, it left everybody in a frenzy. Businesses were running around trying to get things up and running. Some failed, some didn't. But I think one of the most important lessons that we've learned is that you always need to be switched on all the time, giving 100% to our customers. So likewise, for small, medium business, it's important to always stay on. There are perfect products and solutions, ICT solutions in the market available for companies to stay on during this time. Just to name a few, if you have an office, let's call it a lawyer's office, where you had to close your doors, send your staff home, and calls were coming through. They still work on telephone calls, good old-fashioned telephone calls, emails, and so forth. There are products like virtual number, where you could divert these phone calls coming in to different various cell phones, and you could create a hunting group across those cell phones or landlines, it doesn't matter. There's also products that allow you to have hosted switchboard. It's like you possibly got your business wherever you are on a mobile device. So this is the type of hosted solution you should have. Then businesses felt the pinch of having their internet line in the office and then going home, now having to get new internet connectivity. But there are products similar to the virtual number and so forth. This is called multi-site internet. This allows a customer and the business owners and the employees to go and access their data that's actually provisioned in the office from anywhere that they have an internet connection, which means they will never waste or lose the data that they've provided the office. So these are a couple of the things that you could adopt to ensure that you're always switched on for your customer. It's absolutely important to stay on point, and when a customer calls you, you should pick up and you should be there for them. Also, a website with a digitally enabled e-commerce platform. So important. This is where your customers can come in, shop, and then you'll be able to deliver their products to their houses, or optionally put out apps that allow them to take care of all the manual process that you used to do as a lawyer perhaps, and all that documentation, try and upload it via different mechanisms. Now, these things are really important, but you've got to think inside the box. It's important. What does your business need to function? And then go out and find the right product for your business.
So we've touched on the importance of some of these digital tools, but if you're trying to increase sales, what are some of the ICT tools that you should consider adopting?
Increasing sales is vital for any business to survive. And in order for you to increase sales, a lot of people say, look, I understand what my customer wants. I understand their needs. But do you really understand? Businesses say they understand their customers, but do they really know them? In order to actually know your customers, you need to adopt some big data tools. Now, what is big data? Big data is data that you could actually use to analyze and understand customer trends, what your customers like and need, where they like having dinner, for instance, where they take their kids, and what they do on the weekends, for instance. So this will give you a general knowledge of your customer, when their birthday actually is. So adopting the right tools to understand your customer creates a personalized journey with you and your customer. For instance, how nice would it be if you run a coffee shop where you could send a smart SMS to a customer saying, come pick up your free coffee on his birthday. I think it's a perfect touch to create new revenue opportunities and to create some sort of loyalty. Now, in order to do this, you need to adopt an appropriate CRM for your business, a customer relationship management tool with social media plugins. You also need an excellent website, again, with a lot of e-commerce capabilities. So you'll be able to analyze and sort of look at customer purchasing patterns and what they spend time on, just sort of looking at, maybe they looked at a pair of glasses for 10 minutes. And you could see that they were really contemplating buying it, and they went to the checkout and they didn't buy it, and possibly putting a discount on there and sending them a smart SMS to say, purchase it today and we'll give you $100 off this pair of glasses. So this is what you call big data tools. So adopting these type of tools helps your business to generate revenue. Now, who doesn't like free data? So Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. A lot of businesses say, customers spend 5 minutes in my shop. Why should I give them free Wi-Fi for 5 minutes? Customers will spend more than 5 minutes in your shop if you give them free Wi-Fi. So you've got to think inside the box in this instance to actually keep customers shopping. And imagine if you could, while they're in your shop, push marketing to them for products they probably looked at while they're on your Wi-Fi. So it's very important that we adopt these big data tools to understand our customers and to build these trends and personalized services. This definitely gives you a whole lot more potential to generate bigger revenue for your business.
So tell me, Mr. Naicker, how can businesses then create value for their customers in a post-pandemic world?
So we can't wait for COVID to be over. You need to start right now. Businesses need to go out and get the proper tools that they need, like all I've mentioned above, with regards to personalizing your business, getting the right connectivity, getting the right ICT partner. It's got to happen now. And when you get to that post-COVID, you'd find that customer purchasing habits have already changed as well. So you need to evolve and change with them. So businesses, it's important for them to actually go out and begin to understand their customers now so they can implement proper loyalty programs. I'm a sucker for loyalty programs. I go to a specific garage to fill up gas because I get points. I go to a pharmacy because I get points. So points are cool. But how cool would it be if I could personalize a loyalty program to every single different individual that walks into my business the way he and she likes to actually take advantage of this loyalty program. I mentioned earlier on, do not fear collaboration. By learning more about your customer, you understand where their shopping patterns are. And you collaborate with those partners where they shop at, similar to where they shop at you. So you draw those correlations. So I've got a lot of customers shopping at my store, but I've also got a lot of customers shopping at ABC Shoes. And this is what you probably need to do, and that collaboration needs to actually happen. So I wouldn't wait post-COVID, I'd start now.
So we've spoken about what businesses can do in order to future-proof themselves and also the value that they can offer post-COVID-19. But how is Telkom Business assisting small businesses during COVID-19?
So we've committed to our customers that they can bring us any offer that they receive or any quote that they receive, and we will beat it. We also put out excellent value propositions into the market so that our customers could take up these packages at an affordable price point. So you got like unlimited voice over fiber or VoIP or even copper if you have it at 199 Rand, unlimited calling to all networks. Our entry-level package on broadband is 399 Rand. So we smashed that price point down to the bare minimum. Over and above that, we support our businesses in any way or form that we possibly can. Now, businesses need to keep their eye out for our special offers because we every now and then have like a 3-month free campaign, for instance. So we allow customers to get used to having the product, feeling the product, and not being able to pay for at least 3 months before they actually start paying for it, of course. But moreover this, we don't look at this as a discount. Telecom business, we look at this as an investment, because we're investing into small and medium business and allowing them to take off from where they are, and we want to grow with them and grow their businesses likewise. So we have a range of products and solutions that we can actually take to these customers.
That's very interesting that you touched on some of the packages that are on offer. What are some of those business solutions that telecom business is offering?
So the main aim, I think, for telecom business is, number one, to get customers connected, right? You've got to have a stable internet connection. Secondly, you need to get productive. So businesses need to get productive, right? So you just can't get the internet and then all of a sudden, then what? You need to get productive. And then also, the most fundamental part is to get customers, right? So that's important. So telecom recognizes this. And what we firstly have is our broadband packages, fixed, mobile, DSL, and fiber packages that we, as I mentioned, range from $3.99 upwards. So that's how we get customers connected. Secondly, we get them productive. We give them tools like accounting solutions, where you'll be able to do your books and service your customers using accounting packages where you don't need to be like some accounting genius, to do. We give them smart SMS and marketing tools that they can utilize to actually go out and market themselves to customers, right? So this is what gets them productive. Also, we protect them with cybersecurity as well. And the most important part, getting them business. Through our YEP platforms and website offering, we allow customers to have a digital footprint and a presence in the market so that they can go out and get their customers. So these are the type of solutions that we've categorized in order to attract new businesses to be able to fundamentally work more effectively and efficiently.
So, Mr. Naicker, you briefly touched on an accounting solution that helps businesses that might not be that well endowed. And I think it just goes to show the wide array of solutions and services that telecom business offers. Do you mind unpacking some of those for us? Because it's quite exciting.
Telecom business has a lot of products. We can probably spend the whole day talking about it. As you can see, I'm quite passionate about the products that we put out. But essentially, if a customer is looking for a particular product for his business or her business, go to our e-commerce site. You can browse through, have a look exactly what you would like to purchase and what fits your business. And if you find that it's neither here nor there, it could work, it could not work, do not settle. Give us a call, send us a lead. We will contact you. We'll put you in touch with a service representative. We have solution architects that are waiting to build a perfect solution for your business, and also not just the perfect solution, and a very affordable one that would just suit your pocket.
So I certainly think it goes to show how broad telecom business's spectrum of products are, and that businesses should inquire, if anything.
Absolutely. We cover anything from a one-man business all the way to a 200-man business. And if you want to grow larger than that, we won't have a problem with it as well. So that is why, initially when I mentioned, you'd need to partner with the right ICT provider, where they are willing to provide you as you grow. And if things like COVID happen, they're also willing to pull back and give you the price points that you need to sustain your business. So it's important that you partner with a provider that cares for your business, but also has a range of products and is also willing to customize on their products to best suit your business.
It's quite exciting because, I think so many people operating in SMEs didn't necessarily know that these solutions are available. What is one product out there that you would say would actually be surprising to owners if they took the time to actually just go out there and search?
So one of the nice products that we actually offer is reverse URL. And what this means is that you as a business take on the cost of your customers actually surfing on your website. So that's an excellent product because it offers value to your customer. And I think when customers know that they're actually going on to your website and they know they're not going to get charged for it, they'll spend more time and they'll purchase more. So essentially, I think that's one of the key products, or one of the surprising products that people don't even think about, you know.
Well, I certainly think there's been a lot to learn in terms of some of the value propositions that telecom business has for businesses. And I think it's quite encouraging to encourage them to go out there, look at what is on offer, educate themselves, and see maybe there's one or two tools that they might have missed.
No, absolutely. It's important to do research. It's important to, firstly, as I said, think inside the box and look inside the box. Check your business first. Right? Find an ICT provider that you can grow with, because you'd find that sometimes customers would go out and shop to get the best ICT product. So they'll go from shop to shop and then they'll pick something from here and there, and then they'll go and now put all that together themselves and have that concern of how everything's going to work together. But when you choose an ICT provider, you choose somebody that can provide you from the basic data provision to the most complex solution. And we, as telecom business, are probably positioned to help any business to achieve their goals in terms of their ICT.
And that wraps up another installment of Understanding Your Business a Little Bit Better, a vodcast by Telkom Business. We'd like to thank you, Mr. Naicker, for joining us.
It was an absolute pleasure, Tace. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for taking the time out, and thank you to our sponsors as well, Telkom Business. Catch us next time as we dive deeper into having the adequate tools to get adequate results for your business and keep your business working hard for you. But for now, bye-bye.